Hey everybody, this is Perch. Got a bunch of titles and crossovers and other things going on. We had DC Fandom, which should have been a bigger deal. I mean, I guess in fairness, the DC event was like a lot of Comic Cons where it had very little to do with comics some of the time. But anyway, what can you expect? But we're not just going to talk about DC. We have Marvel news as well of some new books coming out, and one of those is She-Hulk. So right out the gate, She-Hulk returns in 2022 with a brand new artist and her classic look, if you will. Now, this is one of those monkey's paw kind of things because this is part of kind of Marvel's tentpole series. We heard that we were going to get a She-Hulk that was going to be more like the Jennifer Walters as a lawyer, like the John Byrne run, like the Dan Slott run of She-Hulk. Classic status quo of a balance of brains, brawn, and boldness. A fresh new future for Jennifer Walters with villains old and new like Titania and other kind of pieces. So that's all good news, right? The series is written by Rainbow Rowell from Runaways and will be drawn by artist Roge Antonio. So this is coming back in January, on January 12th. It will have covers by Adam Hughes as a way to kind of trick readers into what's in. No, I'm just kidding. Adam Hughes is great, but I always feel like it's a bit of a it's a jerk move always. You throw an Adam Hughes cover on there, and Adam Hughes is such an incredible artist that the interior artist is just kind of hosed right out the gate. But anyway, She-Hulk coming back. A lot of people have been asking for that, and here you go. So we're finally getting that. And then we knew this was coming, the Newbie and the Amazons comic, and this is, I believe, headed out here any day now, basically in here in October, October 19th to be precise. We get the Newbie and the Amazons, but it leads to, in this comic, it's supposed to lay the groundwork for what is being billed as a massive Wonder Woman-centric Trial of the Amazons crossover in DC in 2022. And this is, the Trial of the Amazons is supposed to be a huge event that's going to bring Wonder Girl and the Nubia title and Wonder Woman all together. This is being helmed by writers Becky Cloonan and Michael Conrad, as well as Vita Ayala, Stephanie Williams, and Joelle Jones, Horty Belair. This is bringing all these together to redefine the future of DC's Amazons, with Wonder Woman fighting for justice on a cosmic scale. I think we just had that. Queen Hippolyta, of course, is hanging out in man's world, discovering all the amazing delights of Starbucks and fast food. And Nubia is back leading into Mascaria. This is apparently, I mean, it's an event that they're bringing. And it seems like, and we're guessing here a little bit, that it's a preview event, an event that will cross over in the regular ongoing titles, but also likely have a handful of Alpha and Omega or whatever they're calling things that have you basically paying more money. Whatever those bookend, I think they're called. I think bookend events is what we're called. But this will bring in even characters like Artemis into the mix, and we've been seeing kind of some hints about what the Yara Flor Wonder Woman means to the Diana Wonder Woman, and presumably all the other Wonder Women. Anyway, all the Wonder Women getting together to have a nice big fight. Why not, right? Who wouldn't love that? Then we saw this teased earlier from DC, but in the Festival of Heroes, the Asian superhero celebration from DC, Monkey Prince is getting a brand new title starting in February, and this is a 12-issue limited series. This is written by Jean Lung Yang, and will be pencil or art by Bernard Chang, which you probably heard in this recent interview with the kickoff of the John Paul Leon Artist Edition book. So Monkey King is presumably, again, taking off of the kind of the seeds that were being laid in that Asian superhero celebration book. It looks like a lot of fun. I mean, Bernard Chang is a pretty dynamic artist in terms of what he brings to the table, and this feels like kind of a natural fit for what he can do and how he brings his style of storytelling. I'm messing all that up. Anyway, 12-issue series again. Don't like that. I would really love it if they could just commit to some of these things and have some ongoing. But the character designs look pretty cool here, and just definitely kind of steeped in Chinese mythology and other kind of elements. I'm up for that. Sounds like fun, and so we have that coming. And then over in Milestone, we learned that the Blood Syndicate is returning to comics. Obviously, Blood Syndicate was a part of the original Milestone and a piece that has been missing in the current relaunch. So in 2022, we are getting the return of the Blood Syndicate, and this has been one of the big, like I said, missing pieces that has not appeared really in Milestone. And they are doing a number as part of kind of the overall Milestone announcements. They're going to get some more things back into trades and into hardcovers for people who have been looking for some of these comics. So all pretty good. We're finally getting there. They did announce some initiatives, this Milestone Initiative program that's going to identify, educate, spotlight, and empower the next generation of Black and diverse creators in the comic book industry, which is it's a solid way to go about it, where it's talking about a new talent program that will include mentorship and outreach. I don't say very similar to what went on in the 90s, but certainly more along those lines than kind of what we've been seeing lately, which to me has felt more like, hey, let's find some new creative talents of all races and just toss them into the comic and hope for the best. And maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. This Milestone Initiative program feels a lot more like, as I said, some of the origins of Milestone, where there are actually some training and some education and some at-home course. It says there will be a summit for an in-person training summit, and it will follow by an 8-week virtual at-home course where participants will receive technical training via the Kubert School to hone their storytelling skills. I think this is good. I would like to see them, frankly, open this up to not just empowering kind of Black and diverse creators, but everyone, like literally everyone. It would be good to have this same kind of program where people can train and get some real education. I know Snyder's trying to do that with some of his classes. We've seen some other people as well, but that would be a perfectly fine thing for people to do, and hopefully we get more of that kind of let's teach people how to do it before we just throw them in and hope it all works out. The last kind of piece, and then kind of correct some news, is apparently there is either a event or a title coming called Aquamin. In this case, not Aquaman, but Aquamin. And the issue of Black Manta number 3 coming out in November, on their cover says Prelude to Aquamin. If you're asking me, this feels like some kind of little mini event that they're going to do, where kind of just like Wonder Woman, in fact, maybe exactly like Wonder Woman, we get a bunch of the Aqua people all into one title, and they all fight for control of the fish, or who knows what they're up to. Or I'm seeing other sites are saying it's going to be an actual book. It's going to be a new comic co-written by Brandon Thomas and Chuck Brown, which again, is fine, but we're getting more Aquamin. So it goes back to that video I did a couple days ago of like, maybe we gotta cut down on the family stuff. I mean, like you got too many at this point. I don't know. It feels like we're losing a lot of the specialness of these characters by having too many legacy characters, too much. What is unique about some of these things? To correct something I said earlier, Deathstroke Inc., which is listed in the January solicitations that we went over as a 7-part series, and it said basically 7 of 7. We have heard that is a typo. It was just somebody being stupid with solicitations, which I can believe that checks out. But it is not ending after all. It is still going. I'd heard that there was going to be a pause or some kind of temporary hold on this book, which would make some sense given the creative team with Williamson doing some events over at DC. I can completely buy that title is going to go on hold for a little bit so they can catch up, or I don't, who knows? Who knows anymore with any of this stuff? But there you have it, and that's a bunch of new titles. There you go. One last piece that is not related to a new title, but is this true or is it not? So there's been some, and this is for another channel to really kind of to go through, but there's at least some rumors or some swirling talk that colorist of Superman, Son of Kal-El, Gabe, I'm going to butcher the name here, Tieb, was coloring that book, and it appears that he may have been taken off of the comic now, or maybe not. There's been a bunch of comments online about this. Why did this happen? I will be happy to go into it more as I understand a little bit more about it. But basically, Gabe apparently is friendly with Comicsgate creators, and this has created this sense that maybe he is off the book at this point. There's rumors that he's off the book. Will he be off the book? Not sure, but it appears so, and there's a lot to weed through. And rather than kind of dive into it without really understanding all of the pieces, I think I'll go get myself educated on that, and I'll be happy to talk about it. But I know some of you sent me some mails about it, so apparently something's going on there. Anyway, those are the news, those are titles. What are you buying? What are you picking up? Let me know in the comments below, and thanks for listening.